me 5 seconds more. 5 seconds more.
We're not looking and go on 5. Ready?
I filmed the whole thing. It's the Found Family.
It was so much fun.
All right. Welcome back to the Found Family podcast. Today we are doing Am I the Villain, which means that we will come up with a character, we will describe them in vague detail, and then we will collectively decide if they are a villain or if they aren't a villain without knowing who the character is. So that's it.
And then I do want to guess the character. See if I
Yeah,
can.
we should. Oh, I thought that's
Hell yeah.
100%.
I would
Oh,
love
that's
that
it.
so much. Please.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Oh, it's strong.
Don't jump at once, everybody.
Wait, no, I have a lot. I just don't want to. I didn't want to go first if other people had one.
No, okay, let's introduce Maggie then.
Okay. So
I can't wait to hear Maggie's. Maggie, please go
Okay.
first.
Maggie.
It's actually the reason I joined today.
Okay, beautiful. So let me set the scene. This person, and I'm going to say that they are a person, has been a known accessory to torture. This person has aided and abetted thieves. This person has been complicit in dangerous homes for pets and animals. This person also accepts preferential treatment from their superiors in order to get ahead.
Oh my god.
This person also has performed violence against family members.
I know who it is.
Wait,
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are
They
you? I wanna
performed
know.
by. Okay, sorry.
I'm going to say
torture?
that you are not the villain.
Why?
Okay?
You have to give us reasons. You can't
But
just.
yeah, you're
you
so
can't.
strong about it.
No.
Oh, wait, were you done? Were you done?
I think she might be. Wait, could you repeat? Could
Wait.
you
I can always
repeat?
more.
I had a
Hannah,
couple
you
peaceful
can't just say
sours.
you're not the villain and then go ahead and sip your cocktail
Yeah,
and be
you have
like,
to
I'm checking
explain.
it
I
out.
feel like I understand who it is, so I don't think I should because I think
She
I may give
said-
it away.
They're not the villain, and that's on facts. And then she just leant back and checked out of the conversation.
I feel like nothing more really needs to be
I said
said.
that they have been an accessory to torture, that they have aided and abetted thievery,
hasn't?
that they are complicit in dangerous homes for pets and animals, has performed violence against family members, and accepts preferential treatment from their superiors in order to get ahead.
You.
Are they the
No.
villain?
I mean, they sound nasty. And they sound not nice.
Okay, this feels more like nepotism than anything. I feel like I'm being tricked. For sure. I'm being
Okay.
tricked. Specifically, the violence against family members is getting me. The violence against family members is getting me because you're not being
But is
specific.
she a
Did they
bitch?
perform the violence against the family member because the family member was in fact like a traitorous hoe? Like, tell me, why was the violence perpetrated against the family member? Can you
Oh
tell
my
me
God.
that?
Call the violence because of, that family member being a treacherous hoe for sure.
Okay, a treacherous hoe. So, not necessarily
know it
villainous.
is.
I still
I
don't.
know who it is.
Is this you're saying person? Is it actually an animal?
No, it is
Okay.
a person.
We're not on the same
Um,
page at all, Stacey.
Do
Oh my
you
God.
want like the hint that
So-
will give it away?
I
Should
do.
we- I feel like
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think they're the villain, but I do think they're the adversary to the villain.
Oh my God.
I knew it was you. When you
That's
said
so stupid.
accessory to
Okay.
torture, I was like, this bitch. And then you said violence against a family member, and I just stopped myself from being like, but he deserved it.
A treacherous hoe indeed.
She said,
No, I don't think they're the villain. Now I know why you checked out of the conversation. You were like,
well,
and
because I
that's
felt like I
all
can't
I'll
be
say.
unbiased. I
I
know.
think they don't sound nice, but given
You said they were
context-
nasty, actually.
You called her
All right,
nasty.
well, Evie Sage, and say it with me, Evie Sage is not a villain, but
Yet.
she might be an adversary to the villain.
Could be true.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Great plug for me, Maggie. Thanks.
No, you're so welcome.
Beautiful.
I didn't know plugging. I didn't know we could do stuff from each other's things.
Hannah, if we can't plug here, when can I plug you? And I mean that sexually. When, and tell me when and where. Give me a time.
My room.
Sam, bring the camera.
Sam, you can participate or stay in the other room.
I think she'd like to watch in a separate room, but she will watch.
I don't think she'd want to participate. She'd want to be like at the bottom of the bed though, so she's close.
I think she'd want to creep. Yeah, I don't think you'd want
I-
to be seen by us, but I do think you'd want to see
She'd
us.
be like, I'm gonna close my eyes and just tell me when you're done. I'll sit right here.
Like, kind of, yeah. Like, I'd rather that than being in the other room and just, like, knowing. Like, what, am I supposed to be on my Xbox? Like, what the fuck? Like, Animal Crossing.
No, the picture is like noises happening and Sam being like, "Is everybody okay? Are we doing all right?"
What's that? Is everyone enjoying themselves? Don't give me too much detail.
Consent is key.
Don't give me too much detail. But is everyone having fun?
Yeah, no. I think she would
Does everyone
creep.
need
Like, I think she would
water?
open the door a crack, and without looking, she'd just be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Like, don't feel like you have to stop. I don't want to interrupt, and please don't feel like I'm annoyed by this because I'm not at all. Like, I'm like just continue. You're not disrupting me. But I just wanted to make sure. I heard Hannah screaming, and I'm just here to make sure that Hannah's okay. Okay, you're good. All right, great. I
I'm
think you're-
not judging. I'm not
Yeah.
Guys,
judging.
eat anything? A snack? A condom? Oh, I love you so much.
Yeah.
You're such a cool mom.
The other like 4 options I had for this were not ones of us, but I figured I would throw you out first.
I'm flattered. I'm honored.
Do we want to like throw? Do you want to throw another one now, Maggie, or do you want to go around?
I'm fine to go around. It's totally yeah. Does anybody have one locked
I
and
go
loaded?
next. I go next.
Okay,
I
Sam.
was expecting her to go, I'm next, as long as that's okay with everybody else.
But could you pretend to ask me?
Samantha, can you please tell us about who you will be discussing today?
Samantha looks like she's got one locked and loaded.
She's bursting at the seams right now.
Tell us.
Gosh, she's so demure.
Oh my god. Yeah.
She's really
No,
gearing up.
She's summoning it. Leave her. She's summoning.
She's finding it.
Am I the villain for wanting my daughter to marry her cousin? Let me explain.
A strong start. A strong start.
The way we
Go
all
ahead.
turned our heads this way.
Me explain.
Okay, yeah, please.
Where I'm from,
Explain.
this is the common norm. Okay? And when I say cousin, I don't mean like my sister's son. I mean, it's the cousin of my husband. Distant. We barely knew he existed. But the problem is this. I've got 4 daughters and they are all annoying. Okay? And I don't have a lot of money. What am I supposed to do with the 4 of them? Okay? And my house, stupidly enough, gets passed down to guy. But I'm stuck with fucking 4 girls. And my husband, nice little fuck that he is, refuses to introduce my daughters to any eligible men in the town because he's like, oh, they'll find love. On what dowry? Okay? We are not wealthy people. And my daughters have this random notion that they're like, I'm just gonna meet a man. With your personality, they're constantly saying that every man is beneath them and isn't good enough for their high standards. But I'm telling you, all I do is watch my daughters flirt with men, and they have not flirted with a single man. Not a single one that I can tell. And here comes my family's distant cousin, who unfortunately is going to inherit my house. So my 4 daughters who refuse to marry are what? Gonna let us live in the streets if my husband just dies? So here comes this man. He sits at my table. He compliments the food. He says it's tasty. In fact, compliments my maid's potatoes. I think he's a good guy.
Important detail.
So, like, he comes to me. He goes, I want your prettiest daughter. I go, sorry, actually, you can't get tickets to that show. She is spoken for. But my second one, she's also white pretty. Take her instead. And then everyone turns to me like I'm some kind of bitch because I think she should marry the nice distant cousin. I don't know. Am I the villain?
Are you the mom from Pride and Prejudice?
So I have a name. I have a
Mrs.
name.
Bennett Core. What is her first name? Does Mrs.
I don't even know. I don't even know. But the point is,
Well, in answer to this question, no, I don't think you're the villain. I think you're pragmatic, and I think a woman of this time would have been frowned upon for not trying to betroth her daughters into stable marriages, even if it was to
cousin? Distant.
some
Her
random
distant
town
cousin.
preacher.
distant.
A distant
Well, when you
cousin.
first started talking, I thought you were talking about Mary from Downton Abbey for a second, or the mom from
So-
Downton Abbey.
Hannah, I thought so too. And then I thought,
she said
and then
cousin.
I thought the Featheringtons, and I was like, no, she keeps saying 4 daughters, and she seems very
Yeah.
sure about this, not 3
Yes,
daughters.
yes,
she keeps
not
saying
3,
4.
so that's true.
Because that was the same,
Well,
right?
then she also
set up
said distant cousin, and I was like,
Philippa.
wasn't Matthew her first cousin?
Matthew.
So what you're
Oh,
saying
yeah.
is it's common.
He was her
What you're
first.
saying it's common of the time.
We are saying that it's common, Samantha.
Yeah.
And should she be what, burned at the stake for that? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Everyone's fucking their cousins. Everyone's fucking their cousins.
This is the way they ensure. Also, it's more acceptable in Pride and Prejudice times. Downton Abbey was like in the early 1900s. So it was even weird.
Still acceptable then.
That was
Still
inbreeding.
acceptable
Right.
then.
But I'm saying like earlier 1800s is far more acceptable.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
she
If
says
not
to Lizzie at
preferable.
one point in the 2005 movie, and she's quoted Mrs. Bennet to say, "You have like 5 daughters, Lizzie, and you tell me what you think about like all day." And I'm like, that's so real because her whole life is
Yes.
making sure her kids are taken care of. She only has
Yes.
daughters. So if she had a son, she'd probably be pushing into like, go work, support the family, get the hell out of this house. But she's like,
Yeah.
the only things that women could do at the time to excel in life was to get married. I think if she was
Yeah.
a modern lady, she'd be pushing her girls to go to college because it was basically the only equivalent for women back then was get
No,
Well, yeah,
married.
actually-
exactly. What is the equivalent? There's no
Right.
other options. You get married.
Mhm.
Is in their tax bracket, in their class, they're thoroughly middle class, right?
Mhm.
Thoroughly middle class. In their class, you as a woman, you get married or you become a burden on your parents for the rest of your lives. And
I mean, it's a speech from Little Women all over again. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally just like, this is your only chance for like a life outside your station or a life with any kind of agency that's not even your own.
yes.
Yeah. Because you're owned. You're
100%.
literally
I was just going to say that Mr. Collins, for all the flack that we give him, from the mother's perspective, is a man of God. He has his own house, his own estate. He's about to inherit his own estate, right? He's got his own flock. I don't know what that's worth, but probably something. Socially well connected. And he's going to be in a stable position for the rest of his life. Probably a pretty good setup for any one of her daughters, you would think.
Literally.
So-
well,
Is he a toad? Yes.
Yeah.
Does he have a personality? No.
No.
Not the point.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was listening to the audiobook and I'm like listening to the dad, and the dad has the most amazing, like cozy, sweet little lines where
I
he's
love
like,
the dad.
I love the father, but then I started thinking about it. I was like doing the
Mhm,
laundry in my
I love-
house, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, he's a cutie pie, but also like, why isn't Mr. Bennett working as hard as Mrs. Bennett? Like, why isn't he
Truly.
like, he's acting like men fall from the sky.
Only cares about his plants and Lizzie. And that
And the men get to say 2 to 3 cute little lines in their books and their movies. And the male characters get to say 2 or 3 cute little lines that make us go, oh my gosh, what a nice
they're so
guy for not,
cute.
I guess, like raping and murdering his entire family. But
He's
Yeah.
so sweet.
He didn't force her into marriage.
Mrs. Bennett is like doing the work and everyone's like, boo.
I also, he
I'm
loves
sure
to
her
needle her.
cortisol is high.
He makes her cortisol high on purpose. He gets off on it. I used to think it was cute. To be honest, I still think it's cute.
Yeah,
He likes
Hannah,
when
what
she
does
gets
that
revved
sound
up.
like?
You know what, Maggie? I don't like your attitude. And another thing. Yeah, I like that. Okay. What do you want from me? I'm human. I'm a human being. I think it's cute when they're fictional people. I don't do this in real life. I have it done to me by the men in my life.
I was about to say, you're the victim in this one.
No, I'm the victim, but I like it in media. But Michael can never know that. Never tell him.
Michael, don't listen to this podcast.
Excellent. Boiled potatoes. It's been many years since I've had such an exemplary vegetable.
I think Mrs. Bennet is not the villain. She is a product
No,
of her
No, she's not the
time, and she
villain.
works hard. She's a hard worker. She loves her daughters too. That
Yeah,
sweet scene at
so-
the end
yeah.
where she's crying.
Sue her for
Like-
being and doing exactly as a mother should.
Yeah,
Please.
she did. She did like literally everything a mother could do. This is why I have sympathy for Lady Featherington, because I'm like, Lady Featherington is horrid at
Lady
points.
Featherington could be another Am I the Villain or Indefensive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because
yes.
absolutely yes. So
Well,
much
it's
to
just
say about
mothers
that.
that connived in that time period. It's like, do whatever you got to do to get ahead, lady.
Get your cups.
Mhm.
1, 2,
To Lady Featherington.
to Lady Featherington.
Woo.
Hannah, you're so slow. Okay, let's go again.
Yeah,
I'll do it again.
Man.
I was scared. I felt like it was a real cheers, and I
I
didn't
went
want
off
to.
on 3, 10 on 2.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
To Lady Featherington.
Lady Featherington.
doing?
Forget it.
We're just all over the place.
Who is next?
Here I go. Okay. Am I the villain? So I have this really tight knit group. We're like family, basically. And we all like on happenstance on where we live. However, I feel like I'm under a little fire at the moment because one of my best friends in the entire world, like we've been friends for years. I mean, we're really close. Like I've watched his son. When I did watch his son, I accidentally lost him for a little bit, but I found him and he pretty much never found out. So that's fine. But I did watch his son. So we're close. We're like really close. And I like to sleep around. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If I tell a girl I'm going to call her and then I don't call her, I feel like that is my prerogative. That's my right as a man that likes to sleep around. I make up stuff. I lie about my name. I once lied about being a character in a television show so that this girl would hook up with me at one point in time. And now it's been a few years. My best friend, the one I'm really close with, I've watched his son. He's kind of had like a toxic on again, off again relationship with one of the girls in our friend group. And her and I have been getting closer lately. And they've been broken up for like a few years. So I feel like it's not that big of a deal. They do have a kid together. But I feel like it's not that big of a deal if I go after her because my friend honestly was not the best to her. He is my best friend, but he wasn't the best to her. I won't lie. And I feel like he shouldn't be upset with me. Now, he did find out that we were going to sleep together and that we want to be together. He did find out, and he's trying to be cool about it. Like he's trying to be nice about it. He invited us over for dinner. He's trying to be like real zen. He's clearly not, but he's trying to be. But I don't think I've done anything wrong because I'm really just following my heart. And
Of course.
if it's been a few years, they share a kid, okay. At the end of the day, I could have anyone, and I have had everyone. But I want this one girl that my friend has had and has been in love with since he was a teenager.
Not the villain.
Are you Joey?
No, you're not the villain.
Are you Joey Tribbiani from Friends?
Yes.
No, you're not that. But wait, actually, it's fucked. I don't agree. No, it's not right. We have to stop sharing
Wait.
people who've been inside of each other.
Use Samantha, who offered us your husband before you died.
I was being sarcastic. I didn't mean it.
That's a challenge I committed. Why am I being punished?
I was committed to the bit.
I was falling.
I think it was binding. I
Listen.
think it was binding. Well,
Listen.
surprise.
I love it. Everyone knew. I wasn't sure. But I love Joey as a character. I love him. I think he's so fun and lovable, and I think he's very endearing. But
Crazy.
people acting like Ross was like this horrid monster and Joey was some prince that came in to sweep Rachel off her feet. That man treated women terribly. If we're going to play this game where we get too serious about their psyches, that man treated women
That's
terribly.
crazy pants. That was great. That was so good. And
He used Ross's baby to get a woman and left it on the bus. He left the baby on the bus, on a city New York bus.
Okay, he wasn't the only person complicit in there.
Chandler also did this. This is true.
Chandler also did that. Chandler also married his best friend's little sister.
I don't think that's
but
equivalent,
is that
though.
bad?
I think that was
Yes.
no. Ross enjoyed it. Ross was mad for 2 seconds, and then he was like, "I love her," and he's like, "My best friend and my sister."
Right, so I guess we can conclude then that Ross is emotionally unstable and has lots of
You're
big
fun.
emotions about his friends dating people in his life.
I think, to be honest, Ross is the funniest of the friend group. I'm not saying he's not toxic. He is.
everybody says that. Everybody says he's the funniest.
It's because David Schwimmer has such good physical comedy.
I think his comedic timing is like unmatched.
Oh, I
by
think it's
anyone else.
fantastic. I just laugh more at Chandler.
No, I laugh more at Ross.
Me too. It's because Ross gets
Like,
himself in such
I'm
stupid situations.
fine. This is fine. I don't know why my voice is so high and squeaky.
The pivot scene with the coach.
I do
Yeah.
think, though, if we're going to talk timing, if someone could rival him, it would actually be Phoebe. Let's be so real.
Phoebe's great. Yeah.
Phoebe.
Lisa Kudrow in general is so criminally underrated. Okay, so my contention is that Joey is no worse nor better than any of the other men in Friends.
I think he might be one of the better and Friends.
I don't know. How do we feel about ignorance?
Ignorant.
Is he
Ooh,
okay because
elaborate.
he's so ignorant? I think I'm wondering, do we excuse Joey's behavior because he's ignorant to the fact that it's not good behavior?
Some people do. I don't excuse his behavior. I think he's a womanizer. However, I don't think his womanizing ways are any better or worse than Ross and his womanizing or Chandler and his flaws as well. I just don't, he is an idiot and he is like a lot of his ignorance is then like people excuse it because of his ignorance. I get what you're saying. I just don't think that his flaws necessarily outweigh the others. I mean, Ross he, in my words, cheated on Rachel.
He did. I
I
agree.
agree.
If you ask me, he cheated on Rachel.
Mhm.
He
I
then
back
got
that.
Rachel pregnant and got with other women and didn't tell them that he'd impregnated
Why
someone else.
yada.
That's true.
Why
Mona.
iota?
He also
Yeah.
kept leaving her at movie theaters.
He
This
kept
isn't the
leaving
point.
her for Rachel. He then moved Rachel into his house and didn't tell his current girlfriend that he'd moved his pregnant ex-wife into
Yeah,
his house.
he was so bad at confrontation, that boy. He was troubled.
He was awful. He also was incredibly impulsive. He married people off the drop of a hat for no reason. There
He
is no
did.
reason he should have married Emily from London. Was
No, he shouldn't have.
zero
I
between
will.
them,
I'll give him this one like little
and then ruined
Zen
their
credit.
wedding.
Oh my God, yeah. I'll give him this one little Zen credit. I was very on. Well, no, this isn't an excuse any of his behavior. I'm just pointing out something that was unfair on his end, which was Carol should be with whoever she wants. But I swear to God, I wanted to punch Susan in the face the entirety
Oh,
of the
fuck yeah.
time. I was like,
Mhm.
how are you going
Remember
to
when Susan
exclude
came in
him?
and was like, "We've already decided on the baby's name, so unfortunately for you, I wanted
That
to
was
throw
so
something at the
mean.
TV
I was
screen."
like,
I've
No.
seen so little of that show, but I remember that episode.
that was
Yeah.
awful. I liked her later though. She was funny later, but that I was like, dude, he's already like you've already gotten the girl. He's out.
You've won. You got the girl.
You
He's
won.
on the
Why
out.
are you taking more things from
You
him?
don't.
It's mean.
Yeah, you don't get to take his child.
But I think he
That's
had major trust
wild.
issues, should have gone to therapy, instead jumped from one woman to the next. I'm not denying this to be true, but I won't say
Mhm.
Joey is ignorant to the fact that being with Rachel is wrong because he doesn't want to tell Ross because he knows it's wrong. And also, Chandler fell in love at one point in the show with a girl that Joey was dating, not very seriously.
Was dating, and they
Right.
kissed. He
Yeah, and
kissed
Joey
his
was
best
pissed
friend's
at him for like
girlfriend.
a month. He made Chandler go in a box to apologize. He was like really mad at him.
Chandler said, "What do I have to do?"
This is true.
And
He
he
got in
said,
the box
"Get in the
willingly.
box."
He
Yeah,
said, "Get in the
box.
box." Yeah. But he said the whole time, if you would have just told me, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been
Mm.
upset about it. I know it was just a girl he was dating, but he was so angry. And then Ross was being chill about it. He was like, it's fine. I don't know why we're getting accused. Why it's coming out all weird.
But
It's
what did Joey do when he worked out that Ross is not in fact? He knew Ross wasn't fine, and so what did he
No,
do
they-
when he figured out? What did Joey do when he figured out that Ross was never going to be fine?
I
What
think
did Joey
they
and
kept
Rachel do?
dating. They only stopped
Split.
dating because they
They
realized they had
split.
no,
In
they
that
split after they
episode,
realized they had no sexual chemistry. No. They
Fight,
tried
fight.
they tried to have sex several times and then they finally realized that they had no sexual chemistry, probably because the writers were like, everyone hates this storyline, we've got to nix
Yeah.
it. So they were
I'm
like
going to
trying
take
to
you
do
back to the night where Ross was going, "I'm fine," and cooking them fajitas and like burning his hands and shit
Yeah.
and getting super drunk. Joey stayed with him in the apartment because he was so drunk. And when they woke up the next morning, he said, "Why are you here? Why aren't you with me?" And he said, "I'm going to end it. Like, we're not going to be together. I'm
No,
going to
that's
end it
not what
because you're not
happened.
fine."
That's
Yes,
not why
that
they
is
weren't
what
together.
happened.
No, it
He
isn't.
said, "I'm not saying that they broke up then, Hannah. I'm saying that what happened was," he said, "I'm going to break up with her because you're not okay with this and you have to be okay with this. You have to give
No,
us your
he
blessing. Otherwise, we
ended
can't do
up
it." And
telling
Ross
him he
said,
was okay with it.
"I don't want to be the reason that you guys aren't together. So be together." And so he was like, "Well, if that's real," and it was a breakthrough moment between those characters of Ross going, "We haven't been together in 8 years." And he goes, "Is that right? We haven't been together in 8 years? God damn." And then he says, "You guys should be together. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Me and her haven't been together in 8
so
years."
Ross wasn't the reason they broke up. Ross, he didn't not be with her because of Ross.
But Joey was willing to end it.
Yes, but he
Because of that.
didn't. He didn't, and then they had no sexual
I'm not
chemistry.
saying that he did. I'm saying he was willing to end it. That's what he did. He said, "I'm going to end it. We're done. Rachel and I finished because you're clearly not okay with this."
I hold true to what I said. So we're saying
Okay.
he's not the villain.
I'm
Well,
saying he's
well-
not the villain.
I think that they're all a little villainous, to be honest.
I think that
I
if the
also
question
agree with
is
that.
Ross the villain? The answer is yes.
100% yes. Of course he is.
Yeah.
I love
he's
Ross,
funny
and
as
I-
hell, though.
He's one of my favorite characters on the show. He's the
Me
villain.
too. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just wanted to offer a different
Facts.
perspective because it's always Ross propaganda.
And it was a
then
great
I was like,
perspective.
let's try someone else in the friend
Hannah,
zone.
I think that was a great one.
Thank
It
you.
was a
That was
great one,
awesome, Hannah.
Stop.
Stacey!
And it's like, I just want everyone to agree with me ever. And I'm like, unfortunately for the podcast, it's better if I don't.
Right.
But later, text me.
Incredible.
I almost lifted up my dress.
Perfect.
That's somehow more perverted. And I don't know why.
No.
Quiet.
I need you guys to know that I was trying to explain our friendship dynamic to one of my friends recently. And I was like, yeah. And I gave everybody's like role. And I was like, but like Hannah and Caven are the same person. And also I am married to Caven, but also Amber's my mistress, but I'm also her daughter. And she was like, you guys are very like Greek god coded. I was like, or just like Greek mythology coded.
Which is
Wait, we should
Which was
do
a really
Greek...
diplomatic way of saying, you guys are fucking weird and
Add this
incestuous.
to the idea list. We should do a Greek god day, like where we do a Greek god
I would love
recording
that
podcast.
so much.
Because Caven already has her Dionysus outfit.
I
Were you
saw that.
ever are you a fantasy fan if you didn't grow up as a child being obsessed with like Greek mythology and Roman mythology? Like, I think that's just like the pipeline.
I want to ask this, and then we'll get back on topic to Stacey's.
Okay.
What Greek godparent did you like want as a kid?
Easy.
Like if you were a demigod. Go ahead. Who?
It's hard because like whenever I get cast as one right now, it's always like Artemis. I mean, not Artemis, sorry, Athena.
Apollo? Oh.
But I always want Aphrodite.
I could see you as Aphrodite.
Yes. I feel so strong about this. I feel like you give Child of Aphrodite. I feel like Stacey gives Child of Apollo. I don't know how to explain
Oh,
this.
really? I always say
Yes.
Athena.
Wait, yes, and
Okay, great.
I think you're
Okay, send
you're quirkier. I think you're quirkier.
Shut up.
I can see Poseidon too.
She
Shut
said
I
up.
no.
can see
keep
Poseidon
going.
too. But
I think it's
do
because
think-
Stacey has like Percy Jackson personality, like that, like wit,
Oh my,
like
Yeah!
witty.
you're
Poseidon's
getting another
kid.
one. I'm getting another one.
Sam, but you're Aphrodite.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sam's Aphrodite's kid for sure.
I also feel this way. But
Hannah's like Dionysus or Hermes or Apollo.
Oh my god,
you're stealing it. You're stealing it from my words. He's Hermes.
I always wanted Athena, but every time I took the quiz, I got what's the hunting one? Artemis.
Artemis.
I used to get Artemis.
Me
a lot.
too.
But I love
But
Apollo. I love
When
the
I was a
sun.
kid, well, yeah, yes, but when not a kid. That's the wrong. Let me restart. When I
What happened? Try again. Why don't you try again?
What happened?
so
She caught sight of her face and went, you know what? I'm very close to the screen.
no, I just realized when I got so excited about what I was about to say that I was like jumping the gun, and then I realized like everyone got quiet, and what I was about to say was gonna start really intense, and I was like, oh wait, no, but it's not. It's funny. So when I lost my virginity, the first thing that shut up. I just didn't expect.
You knew it was
I'm
going to go that way.
sorry. I didn't know that's the sentence you were going to say. I'm sorry. All right.
Sorry, you know that our maturity levels don't really go that high, so
You said it, but you said it's funny, and then said, "So when I lost my virginity."
no, she said it was too serious.
No. So when I lost my virginity, I was a grown adult, obviously. And I remember thinking to myself afterwards, I went, fuck, I could never be a huntress of Artemis now.
Wait. So valid,
like in the
actually.
Percy Jackson book.
Yeah. I think that's fucked up. What if like you I know, but like what
What a crash out.
you
What
have
a
to be
crash
a
out.
virgin? That's so stupid.
Mine was like, damn, I hope I'm not pregnant. Yours was, damn,
Mine was that was terrible. I never want to do
what a
that
crash
again.
out.
Anyway, Stacey, who's your villain?
All right,
All
I
right,
would like to pose
Stacey.
to you yet another possible villain. The villain. I was 32-year-old. I was a 32-year-old man, and I needed to find myself a wife, and
You're a
so I
villain.
married. I married.
Samantha.
Yeah, it's important to know that I'm a white straight man,
Boo.
32-year-old. And I have
Okay.
quite a lot of wealth, and so it matters then who I choose to be my bride, obviously, because the girls do be coming for the fortune.
Mm.
So I marry a 19-year-old nanny who has been well educated, so good enough, I guess, and she's very beautiful, and everyone agrees that she's very beautiful, and so I marry her, but then discover that we kind of struggle to connect, probably because of the age gap, and probably because of our backgrounds as well. So she seems very philanthropic, whereas I kind of just want to chill most of the time. And so I take myself a mistress, and the mistress is the same age as me. And it works out beautifully. And I keep this mistress, but my wife finds out about it and she objects. And I can't understand why it is that I can't just keep the mistress, seeing as we don't have anything in common. We do have 2 kids together, but that's it. So we get a divorce eventually, and my ex-wife dies tragically in a car accident.
Yeah, you're the villain.
A few days later, I
Wait.
move my mistress into my household, and we announce our engagement a year after her death. Am I the villain?
Yes, you are.
You monster.
But you are terrible. You're horrible. My God.
I will only refer to you as Princess Diana's husband.
I am Prince fucking Charles.
I stand by it. You actually just broke Samantha's brain.
Yeah.
But you know what? I
She
stand by
screamed
the
in
villain
Spanish
thing.
just then.
Holy- was that their age gap?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
that
it was.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, dead ass
They
was.
married when Princess Diana was 19, yeah.
Yeah, but they met much younger than that. They met when she was
Yeah.
much younger.
She was a teenager. Yeah, like she was
Yeah.
like 13, 14.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
13, 14? Man, I
Ew.
thought she was a
Yeah.
little older than that, but awful.
No, they talk about it a bit more in The Crown, and like their first
Yeah.
meeting, she's like, at least in The Crown, she's like wearing like
Oh, no, you're
special
right.
dress, like fantasy dress.
Yeah, you're correct. She was like a literal child. That's not when their romance started or anything, but like that's
Mm-mm,
when they
no.
first met. And then they see each other again, and she kind of recognizes him and is like, "Oh, hey,
Yeah.
we've actually met. You've been
Yeah,
to
but
my
I feel
house
like they did a
before."
good job depicting like that, like how much of a child she was. Because I feel like if they showed immediately in The Crown, like
Yeah.
she's 19, it might look like she's like a young woman, but it's like no, this is a girl. She is a child. She is a literal.
She's much younger. She's in a much different place.
Who was
in her
also
life.
snatched up in the fanfare of it as a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, how could you not be?
that's gonna be the king.
Yeah. What? Show
Ugh.
me show me an 18-year-old girl who wouldn't be wrapped up in that.
Literally,
my
no.
gosh.
She's so valid. She's valid because she's her brain's not done cooking yet. She's 19.
Oh, I am a Princess Diana loyalist to my very, very core.
Same.
I've never met someone that isn't, and I don't
Oh, there are
want to.
people who aren't.
Ew.
Yeah, there are people who aren't. Guess at the demographic. Guess at the
Yeah.
fucking demographic.
I don't even want to. The one that I booed earlier.
Yeah, always.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
and we're all
the
like,
other
oh.
ones who would also like to have mistresses on the side that have nothing to do with their wives, and they don't see why they can't have both.
I will say, if you look up the polo player that people say is potentially Prince Harry's papa, and I am of the
Oh
camp
yeah.
that he is.
Oh,
I
he
am
but
of the
also-
camp. I am of the
I'm in
camp.
the camp.
I am of the camp.
Honey,
Yes.
honey, look up the polo player.
Hannah.
Girl,
Hannah.
that's his daddy. That is his
Prince
father.
Harry is not a child of
Allegedly.
Prince Charles.
Allegedly. We don't want to get
Allegedly.
sued, Samantha.
Nah,
The royal family's not coming for us. We're good.
but on that also note, you know, like Ronan Farrow, you know how like Mia
Yes.
Farrow was married to like that disgusting pig Woody Allen.
Yes.
I think the
Ew.
nicest thing that could possibly happen for Ronan Farrow is that they were married, right? Like she is married to the most ugly man that's ever existed on planet Earth. But that boy is the spitting fucking image of Frank Sinatra. Like there's no joke in the world. Every time he looks at
Wow.
Ronan Farrow, there is no
Yeah.
defeating the fact that she cheated, brother. Like
Yeah.
that is his.
There's no way. There's no
That is-
way.
That is Frank Sinatra's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They have the same
Mhm.
nose. Look,
girl,
girl,
Yes.
Good for you,
Good,
girl.
good for you.
Close personal friends for an amount of time.
I
Close.
support women's rights and women's wrongs.
I support everything Princess Diana.
I fucking support Princess Diana's all of her wrongs. Do you know why? Because she was
Everything.
cornered. She
And
was cornered
groomed.
into this situation and groomed, and all of these wrongs were being perpetrated on her to begin with. What exactly what she was she supposed to do?
Yeah, also the fact that grooming is a subject of every single one of our episodes is
Truly.
taking me out.
Why?
We've got to nip that.
It all comes back to that and the oppression of women. Okay?
Oh my
Done
God.
deal.
It's like how you can trace every mental health disorder back to OCD. What?
Try that one more time.
No, because somebody said, and I don't think it's 100% accurate, but a lot of mental health disorders you can trace back to OCD.
Hannah, please describe to me how your brain went there.
Because
Do you remember how last episode we were talking about something completely different and all of a sudden Hannah went, I'm a mermaid. And we went, okay.
no, because you were like, it all comes back to that. And I was like, that's so funny because when you talk about mental health disorders, it always comes back to OCD symptoms. It's on my mind a lot. I am mentally ill. 2 different medications and I'm still really messed up. Like,
It's also
I
worth
think-
mentioning that Hannah is in like full draft mode right now and there's 17,000 tabs open on her brain. And sometimes they're hard.
and on my
Fast.
computer.
Yeah.
I will say,
And it's
I don't
late.
remember who it was, but one of you messed me up because sometimes, I know that like sometimes I say things or I think things and I know that that's like not like the normal thing to think or say. But oftentimes I think, oh, my thoughts are super average. Like I'm assuming everyone thinks like this. And then one of you guys, I'm fairly certain, was like, no, it's not normal to consistently as a child have been worried that your mother's going to end up in an accident and die. And have to like
It's
leave
not?
sleepovers because of it. And I went, wait, what? Is that OCD? And I thought
Samantha,
this
I'm
was like
fairly certain
normal.
that
You-
everyone probably said that.
Hey, damn well wasn't me because I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
No, it was me. It is not normal to need to leave. I mean, who is normal? I have my own mental shit. I'm on meds.
But
it's
it's
not
like, I
that-
also am mentally ill.
But it is not necessarily the majority of people who leave sleepovers early because they are fearful that their mother is currently dying and they're missing out on the time they could be spending with her by staying home as a child.
Samantha's going to crash out again.
You know
'cause-
what, Sam? I think we are very similar, and I think that I turned out okay, ish, sometimes,
Ish.
depending on the
I
day.
think so too. I think so
She
too.
said that with her eyes like white as saucers. Like, and I turned out fine. And everyone says that about me, that I'm fine.
And then everyone says I'm really stable. Oh my God, I remember, Stacey, when your husband looked me right in the eye, and he was like, you have your shit together way more than you think you do. And I was like, what the
That was
fuck?
awful.
Yeah, he's such a dickhead for that. My husband's name's Michael.
No, it was
And he's
crazy.
the most unserious person until he's deeply serious, but he does have a problem with like looking at someone and reading them to filth on the
it was
spot and
filth. I was read to filth.
just dropping one sentence that will rock their world and then just dipping. He just leaves the
Yeah.
conversation.
I do feel like Michael and I have that in common. I'll only say that because I
Yes,
feel like
That's why I'm in love with you,
Um,
Maggie.
I figured. I knew it was something.
I knew
But
it.
no, I think that for the listeners, everyone should know that when we all hang out, it is chaos and debauchery and like very childish antics. But then there will be like several hours of like deep, undevoted love sonnets to one another and also like being therapized as if you have never been seen before and just having your life ruined by these people who see you. And it's a wonderful experience. I highly recommend.
It's always Maggie.
It's always
who's like,
Maggie. It's
now that we've finished throwing it back, everyone take a seat round the circle and let's play the color game. Yeah, let's psychoanalyze each other, and then everyone's bawling.
At the end, she actually went while everyone was crying and like going off to the corners to like collect themselves. She's like, wasn't that fun? Didn't everybody
loved
enjoy it? And we were like, well, yeah, we keep playing it. So we must have enjoyed it in a sick way.
I can't remember what it was exactly that Michael said to Amber, but when we were in, Michael was talking to Amber and they're just powwowing. And in the middle of the conversation, Michael's like, you keep looking at all the exits like I do. Are you like always afraid that you're going to have to bolt at any moment, like for safety reasons? And she's like, why would you fucking say that to me? And he's like,
Because yes.
Sorry.
Michael to me,
And they
when
just
I
like
met
high
him for the
fived on
first
it.
time, he's such a broy man. He's such like a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a goofball. He's like he's a himbro. Yeah, he is.
Yes. But then I saw him in the color game go, yeah, Amber is silver. Yes. And like, why is she silver?
He's so like intuitive in that way. He takes it
He's
very
like, "Oh."
seriously. Also, everyone, Stacy's Michael is Michael 1 because they got married
Oh, yeah.
first, and Hannah's Michael is Michael 2 because they are engaged. Just in case Michael comes up a lot. Yes, they also have the same name.
We don't share a husband.
Michael 2 will remain Michael 2 after we are married because Michael 1 still came first. No, I
No.
would love to see my Michael play the color game. Michael would be like, I don't know, Sam is green. And I'd be like, why? And he'd be like, her
I think
eyes.
your Michael would fight
are
people over the
green.
color game.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
take it seriously.
Because I think he would probably get into it, but I don't know that he would go deep. He'd go like, you're like bright like the sun, yellow. And I'd be like, but go like deep. And he'd be like, I think you cry a lot. Like if he'll panic, he'll just start saying stuff like that he doesn't mean because he just
oh
wants
no,
to
he'll just dig the
participate.
hole.
Yep,
Right.
dig the hole. Maggie once looked me right in the eye and went, I wrote something about you in my notes app. This was our first time meeting as human beings in person. And she goes, I think Hannah's angrier than she'd ever let anybody know. And I was like, what
I
the
remember that.
fuck was that?
Oh, I remember that. That was so violently intrusive. But also 100% fucking accurate. And we all know.
Yeah.
Well, but this was before we had seen Hannah's anger. That's the
Yeah.
funny part is because now we talk about Hannah's like anger because it's one of my favorite things about her
You know,
is her fury. But we didn't know it at that point.
for the
I-
people who don't know Maggie likes to read people. And then, so last year,
Especially
I
when
don't
I'm
know if it was last
intoxicated.
year, she gifted all of us joy jars. And for the YouTube video people, I'm going to show you what I keep in the back of my phone. So she gifted us all joy jars.
Man.
And in each joy jar, you would think it's some like generic, like, oh, you got pretty eyes. No, they were all like really specifically for each other. And
Yeah.
randomly throughout the year, because I'm really hard on myself, I think we've established on an earlier video, randomly, Maggie just like texted me and was like, I think you should pull a joy jar. And I was like, that's random for you to say. I'll do it. And, you know, I had just gone through a breakup a couple years back, whatever. I pull from the fucking joy jar. You deserve letters and roses and black ties and trips to exotic places and hikes in the jungle.
Oh
and I
my
just start
God.
crying. And so I keep it in the back of my phone as a keepsake.
So cute.
love that
You
so
do.
much.
And that's just the kind of person Maggie is. And
I've
that's
got my
that.
joy jar sitting right up there. She makes everyone
I don't know if
cry.
you can see it. There.
She can't do it herself.
No, I have my joy jar next to my bed.
Should I do a joy jar?
Wait,
Should I do one too?
Oh, let me get my joy jar.
Hold on.
this is my favorite thing in the entire world. I hope everyone knows.
So cute. It like came with like a little bag so that if you opened one, you could like store it in there so that you didn't pick the same one.
I
out
have
again.
so few left.
Also, yeah, if you are not watching the video of this, essentially the joy jar is a mason jar that I filled with slips of paper that say certain things for them. It could be like random facts, stupid stuff. It could be fun, complimentary, whatever it is. It's just for days where you feel like shit and
Yeah.
you need a little joy. That's what they are.
They're
Oh my
cute
gosh.
little like
Mine.
parchment. All right, this one says, I feel lucky to live in a world where the stories in your head are shared and read.
Jesus Christ.
You're such a fucking bitch.
You? Mine says, you have never been, nor will you ever be too much. You are exactly enough. Cunt. Sorry.
You
That was
bitch.
really strong. I love you so
Okay.
much.
You said cunt a lot in the last episode too.
What is that? I don't like that. I need to nix that in the bud. I don't know where that came.
No, you
Actually,
don't.
no, I'm not.
We love
No,
that.
I
yeah,
like
you
the
do. I like it. And also Gen Z has like reformed that word. So
Cunty.
We've reclaimed it. We've reclaimed the word.
mine says, you'll do it. It's only a matter of time. Don't rush your story.
Margaret.
Ah.
Which, if you know me, made me want to cry just now.
I've also got around my office. Hannah left notes all around my office and hid them in places
Wait,
before
pull
she
one,
left last
pull
time.
one.
I
I know
know.
for-
And then I have to find one.
Wait,
She
wait.
left
Do you want me
them
to
all
tell you
around my
where one of
office.
them is? I don't know
No,
which
I
ones
want
you
to
found.
find it genuinely, so
okay.
you can all look at my ass while I search for it.
Yes, please do.
You do actually have an incredible ass, I'm going to be honest.
My
It-
God. It's It's just
I saw a picture of her
God.
in a bikini and I
It
went,
moves. It moves like water. It's in a plant.
that feels correct.
I have no idea which ones I put where or
I was just thinking the other day that I was looking at the plant and I was like, I should check that plant because there's probably a note in there. Usually they tell me to do something like it says something lovely and it says like, now do a cartwheel and record it and send it to me. So then I have to do a cartwheel and like film it.
Oh,
And then
that's
send it.
so cute.
So
I
she
like to
hid them
give an
all around my
action
office
sequence.
before she left last time and I came back and she left a note on my desk that said like disgustingly horrible, mean,
Yeah.
lovely things. And I cried for a long while. And then she said,
Yeah,
left
I want you to
notes
know
all
I
over
was
the
in your
office."
office creeping around at midnight, like going, like sobbing, like
It was so nice. What's another good spot for this? Okay.
Wait, that's like really cute.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes.
Obviously.
Okay. It says, I think if we move to a cottage in Scotland, we should have chickens, right? Free eggs pays for itself, really. It was so fun seeing you with your nieces on this trip. It makes me excited for my kids to be obsessed with you. Arnie stays for life. If you're ever having self-doubt day on how talented you are, text me, I am that bitch, in a voice recording because you are. That big life I'm always talking about is for both of us. I love you, Hannah.
Samantha is actively crying. If your friends aren't like this, I highly recommend finding ones that are.
I just think it's
other
crazy
friends.
that like
Isn't it crazy?
we met online and then you
We
flew
met-
to Australia and you met her
Twice.
nieces and her kids and like we're
I
talking ha
know.
ha ha about each other's like husbands and bullshit and like you're hiding shit in her office because you've been
know.
there and like we're all reading little notes that Maggie made and all I could think is Maggie doesn't have a fucking joy jar. It's all I can think about.
God, we're fucking awful people.
Samantha.
Oh, no one's ever said that, Samantha. Wait, I love you for this.
Sam, it's okay. We'll get her a joy jar, honey. It's
No,
no one died.
I had so many pisco sours.
I
before
know, honey.
this.
It's okay. It's all right.
This is actually exactly the point of the podcast.
But you know what? You know what? One day, probably, I don't know. I'm just like hypothesizing to make you feel better. One day, Maggie's going to get married. She's going to have some kind of wedding or some kind of celebration, right? And we're all going to be there. And what a perfect moment that will be for all of us to be like, can we just grab this mic for a minute? And we're all going to joy jar the fuck out of Maggie. And it's going to be
Wait,
the
That's
best day
actually
ever.
my
Cute.
dream.
Stop. We can call it we can call it the joy jar moment, and then we won't even tell her because she'll have everything
Yeah.
planned out. So we'll be
We're
like,
just going to keep passing the mic along.
Yep.
So this is
That was
actually
perfect.
I'm turning 30 this year and this is such a specific desire, but all like for the last 10 years, all like so I'm going to skip a part of this, but when I was 23, I thought to myself, when I turn 30, I want to have a party and I want to have everyone I love in one room. And I want to tell each and every one of them with a glass held high why I specifically love them. However, that's not going to happen. All my friends live around the world and I'm going to Australia, but I will be calling. I'll be calling. And so on your wedding day, Maggie, that's my greatest dream is to go, let me tell a room full of people why I love this person.
It's literally my favorite thing. I love the thought of like Hannah, the fact that you are letting me speak at your wedding. You don't even know what you did. Like I've already
Oh,
started writing this.
I'm worried because I know I'll cry. That's why I'm
Sure.
worried.
Well, that's to be expected.
Yes. Well, I feel like as much as I like cry to you guys or just cry in general, I am bad at crying in front of my family. Like, it's not something I do almost ever. I don't cry in front of them often unless I'm having an actual mental breakdown. And even then,
You were traumatized by your three brothers. We understand.
Also, everyone should know that Stacy and Kaven are officiating Hannah's wedding.
and
Oh,
Sam and Maggie and Amber are speaking during the ceremony, which is perfect because we've decided, I think, that we want to do like private vows before the ceremony when we
I
do like
love
the first
that.
look. Because I'm not a person, I think, that wants to do vows in front of lots of people. I'm a little more like, I want to just the two of us doing
Yeah,
it. And
sure.
we'll have it on video, but I just want it just the two of us. And then that means that there's lots of room in the ceremony for like fun. And then you guys are reading during the ceremony. So that will be like the vow.
It's going to be beautiful and chaotic and funny and
I
hilarious.
can't wait. It's going to be so great.
I can't wait. I
It's
can't
gonna
wait.
be a
It's going to be so great.
Would you guys like me to do more Am I the Villain?
Should we close on I am the villain? Am I the villain? We'll do one more. Or should we do several more? I'm down for whatever.
Okay, and I'm going to do one. So, here's the thing.
Maggie, hit us with another villain.
Am I the villain? I have in the past traded friends' lives for money, and I would do it again. Because at the end of the day, you can only ever look out for yourself, you know? And as much as I love my friends, I have attempted to step out with a close friend's spouse. And sometimes you really feel that connection. And it's something that your friend couldn't understand. I mean, truthfully, they just couldn't understand. But it's because I feel like I'm really set apart. I'm an individual, like I've broken the law several times, but I'm kind of above the law. That's how I feel about it. I mean, and sure, have I attempted to persuade some unwilling participants in sexual escapades via alcohol? Maybe. But at the end of the day, who are you to tell me that I need to have propriety? That's not my prerogative. And I believe that at the end of the day, we only have ourselves. And sometimes we have to rely on tradition. But when I say I don't want to, I don't have to.
Who the fuck
are
are
you?
you?
I
Yucky
know,
person.
right?
Okay, based on what
yuck.
let's go around and say whether you're the villain before she tells us who she is.
She's the villain.
Yes, you're the villain.
I feel
You're
like
the
you're the villain. I feel like just based off that description, you're the
Yeah,
villain.
yucky.
Who are
I'm
you?
so scared. I'm terrified.
But what if I'm a lovable character? What if I'm charming?
You're
You
still
can
the
be a
villain.
charming villain.
You-
Do they have dimples? That will be the only.
You can't be
I
persuading
think I
people
was-
into sexual acts while they're drunk. That's a hard no for me.
That's fucked up. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
Stacey,
understand.
you always are so correct.
Yeah. Well, I forgot about that part.
I'm about to be proven wrong, I fear. Watch me backflip in a couple of seconds.
I just love a good drink because I love the rum. Why is the rum gone?
Shut
No, isn't
up.
it?
It's Jack Sparrow.
Honestly,
You're
You're
such
still
a
the
bitch.
villain. You silly.
You're still the villain. Yeah, you're arguably evil. Yeah,
But how
morally
do you
great.
not love him?
No, I do love him. Let me do a
He's a little
backflip
cutie
real
pie.
quick. Those women
I
were
know. I was
also
about to say
drunk.
this is one that Kaven needed to be on. I needed Kaven to hear that one.
oh, she's gonna watch it and go, I already know. But when it's described
have-
like that, it's really
You didn't
bad.
give anything away. Well done, Maggie. That was very
You
well
didn't
spoken.
actually, and that was really
Appreciate
well
it.
done.
Shit.
Actually,
Shit, is Jack Sparrow the
Yeah.
villain? I mean,
well, I thought
he's
he's
a
supposed to be.
pirate. He's a morally grey pirate. He's supposed to be. That's his character arc.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I do think that. Oh God.
we're just girls.
We're just girls.
We're just
He
girls.
has puffy shirts.
He's puffy shirt and the
And
eyes.
he does this.
And the
I
hair,
like.
And he's got hands like this.
I like when he runs.
jewelry, and he runs
It's funny
funny.
when he runs. He does have his come through moments. Like in the third movie.
He does.
He wanted to stab the heart and to take over. He wanted to do it. But he had Will do it. That was like a big turning point character moment for him.
Yep.
I still think he's
Yep.
morally gray, reprehensible in some cases.
He's a
most
pirate.
cases. He's a pirate. It's his thing. But I think that those characters in media though, when they do make the good choice, like the choice that you're like, this is what's the right choice to make, like morally right, it's so much more impactful because they usually don't make the morally right choice. Like that scene where it pans to him and he has like Will's hand over the knife. Like
Mhm.
I think about that scene all the time because it was so chilling watching it as a kid. I was like, oh my God.
See, you think of that one. I think of the one where Will is looking over the side of the ship and Jack and Elizabeth are kissing before he goes down with it.
Yeah.
That's the one that I think of.
Right. Bad guy. He's a bad guy. He is. I'm saying in the third movie, at the end, he made the right choice. I still think he's not great. I watched the other two movies and he's still shit.
I've watched all of them and I love him to a fault. Like, it's so interesting.
He's just such a fun character to watch. The mannerisms are
Yeah.
fun.
But nobody else
This is
could
no
have been
contention
that
of any book,
character.
any movie, any
No
TV series where
one.
people are like, well, I just think that she or he is a bad person. And I'm like, oh, grow the fuck up. Go and watch and read someone boring. My God, get a
know.
personality. I'm begging you
But
to
you know,
scratch beneath the surface and find one little thread of charisma somewhere in that deep, thick skull of yours. I beg.
I think like this is why. Sorry, I'm gonna get on my little actor soapbox. This is why I think
Go.
it's so. I think certain people were meant to play certain characters, and that the person playing the character completely changes. Like, can change everything. Can
Of
change a
course,
villain into
yeah.
a hero, into an anti-hero, anything like that. Because the way that Jack Sparrow talked wasn't written into the scene. All of his eccentricities. That's the what is that?
Eccentricities?
Thank you.
Eccentricities?
That word. He made that's the only way he would play the character, and it wasn't written in. And I'm just like, that is why I love like collaboration among artists, because like it brings a new element to the story that like
Might
the
not have been
reason
there.
that series is successful is in part hugely to Johnny Depp in his
Yes.
portrayal of
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow.
Can I yes and you?
100%.
Can I yes and you? It's the reason why I'm going to like how certain actors play certain roles, and that's just the role they were born to do. Timothy Chalamet is an incredibly talented actor. However, he was doing an impression of Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka
Oh, I didn't.
rather than like a
yeah.
fresh Willy Wonka. And I feel like you had two very strong takes on a very beloved character, which was Gene
Yeah,
Wilder's Willy
that's
Wonka, which was
true.
like an angry
That's
madman.
my favorite.
And then you had Willy Wonka, Johnny Depp, which was like a goofy kind of like almost man child.
but it's very
Mhm.
And then
distinctly
here's
played.
it's very distinctly different. And then here's Timothy Chalamet, who's an incredible actor, like an incredible, incredible
Oh
actor.
yeah.
And I just was like kind of underwhelmed. I was like, damn, like you really had the opportunity to make something brand new, like something we've never seen this younger version of him. It's him before it all started. And I just feel like it was kind of a lackluster impression. It basically highlighted to me like a lack of acting chops I didn't know that this incredible actor possessed, but B, like let him do something new. You know,
Yeah.
let him do something new
Yeah,
because you're
let him
never
try
gonna
Yeah.
be
something
Johnny Depp.
different.
You know.
I think that there's so many like remakes of things now because people are like almost maybe this is not true, this is just conjecture from me. It feels like they're afraid to try new things, but the new things are what becomes like revolutionary in the way that they're different.
I would say that's the same reason why so many like producers aren't going to pull new actors for projects, because they're looking more for the money than they are for like originality. And that's so I agree with you, Han. I think that it brings the newness. I mean, it's the same thing where I don't think AI should be writing anything, scripts especially, because like you need that original element to bring the it factor, the chemistry, the thing that you can't put your
The
finger
life
on.
to the story that brings people and makes them want to watch it and or read it or consume it. Like it's the
But the
it
perspective
factor
that
of
we
the
haven't heard
story.
before. Yes,
I have a
100%.
villain.
Tell us your villain.
Please tell us, Samantha.
So I kind of want your empathy. Am I the villain? Am I the villain for just wanting what's best for my family and for my daughter?
No.
I know I
I'm
could be a
sensing
little
a theme,
high-strung.
Samantha. I'm
Well,
sensing a
for me,
theme.
always. When am I ever not talking about women? Like Hannah in Portland, she turns to me. I showed her one of my favorite shows from high school, which was like Lost Girl, and I was like, "It's bi," and she turns to me. We're watching the show, and she goes, "You watch a lot of lesbian media." I was like, "Yes, it's because I was raised."
It's good. I like it. I love it. I love it. She's right. I
But-
just noticed that a lot of Samantha's
a lot of
favorite
lesbian media.
things-
But
Yeah.
it's
Samantha might have seen the L word as a child.
twice I've seen the L word in all of its form, and I went, "Ooh, Shane really is a good test." Like, but the point is, it's because I grew up with all women. I grew up with all women and all female friends. So for me, I just want female drama. So am I the villain? I just want to do what's best for my family. And I
Okay.
know I'm a bit high strung and I know I can be a bit demanding, but it's only because I'm in a world in which there's a lot of pressure on me. And I'm in a world in which if I play ball, I can have anything I want and my children can have anything they want. I'm a very, very wealthy, well-connected woman. My husband is very wealthy and well-connected. All of my friends are the 1%. They are making deals that like my kids could have if they wanted to, if they just played ball. And my daughter just does everything possible to just like go against the grain. And I get it. Like I love her. She doesn't understand that I really do love her. It's just that sometimes I just feel like she doesn't understand that that her actions go against her love for herself and any kids that she might have after the fact. And so me and my daughter don't talk for a while. And I'm not really involved in my granddaughter's life because if I can be honest with you, no, I wasn't happy when my daughter had my granddaughter. I was very upset and I was very ashamed. And I wanted my daughter to have a good life, like the life that I had. And so I wanted her to marry the man that she had my granddaughter with. But even that, my daughter has an issue with. And I get it. Maybe I spoke incorrectly. Maybe I wasn't nice when I shouldn't have been supportive. But my daughter was 16. You want me to be supportive?
You're not the villain.
Thank you. My daughter leaves me. I'm not even getting to the point yet where I'm like, am I the villain? My daughter leaves me. They come back. My granddaughter's really smart and she's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
she is.
she's
She really
so
is.
sweet. And my daughter wants money for my granddaughter to go to the best school because she's smart and she got in. And obviously, I've got pride issues. And a part of me is like, all you want is my money. But all I asked is for one day a week. I will give you the money, but one day a week, I just want to have dinner as a family again. Am I the villain?
No,
No.
because of
Nope.
that.
But I can keep going. So my granddaughter and I become like this. My daughter's ungrateful as fuck because I give my granddaughter all this money. I help her out, blah, blah, blah. My granddaughter is like having issues in school, but me and her are like this. But I've also been on my hero's journey. So I've learned to accept and to be welcome at when my children are upset and things like that. So my granddaughter leaves school because she's not doing very well. And so I'm like, okay, you're fine. That's fine. You leave school. I don't exactly know what's going on. You don't have to go home. You could stay with me. No problem. Because I've learned my lessons from when I lost my daughter originally. I'm not going to lose my granddaughter the same way I lost my daughter. Am I the villain? I rest my case.
You're not the villain, but neither is your daughter.
No, of course
I
not.
I also
I-
think you're
I-
reformed. I think you were once the villain, did villainous things,
Mhm.
but you're a reformed villain. You're no longer the villain.
Your actions are because you care, but you don't know how to do it properly. And your daughter, in turn, also
fuck it.
doesn't know how to do it properly. And now her
100%.
daughter, my favorite thing about Gilmore Girls, because I know that's what we're talking about. Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, Emily
My
Gilmore.
favorite thing about Gilmore, my
Yeah.
favorite thing about Gilmore Girls is that it's one of my favorite shows in the entire world. I've rewatched it probably more than any other
Same.
show I've ever seen in my life. I could quote it. It's so good. It's so good. But I think my favorite part about it is that all the characters, everyone's like, oh, she's a terrible mother. Oh, this. I'm like, they're all deeply flawed people, but they're lovable. And so you watch because you want them to grow, and they grow inch by tiny inch. And it's barely anything by the end of the show. In fact, it's almost nothing. But you're locked in because you're like, you know what? Lorelai is so deeply flawed. So is Emily. And that you can literally trace back, interestingly enough, where the generational curse and where it's continuing because no one's broken it. Emily doesn't know how to properly
Yeah.
show affection to her daughter. She didn't know how to have a neurodivergent daughter. That's for fucking sure. Lorelai has raging ADHD and doesn't know how to manage it. And Emily's like, but she also just wants to spend time with her kid, but she doesn't know how to put her pride aside and go, I really just want to spend
Yeah.
time with you. I really just want
Pride
to
is
be
their
around
biggest
you.
thing, I think.
They
Mm.
all have too much pride and ego.
Yeah.
They have too much ego. But at the end of the show, in the last episode, she's constantly throughout the episode trying to get Lorelai to like buy into something else so that she can loan her money, so she can have an excuse to loan her money. Because in her mind, she's like,
Yeah.
I need to loan her money for her to keep
So
coming
she'll
to dinner on
stay.
Fridays. And I don't want to lose our Friday dinners just because Rory is going to travel. And she's like, well, we'll just talk about it at dinner on Friday. And you can just see
Mhm.
the actress played it so well. You can just see in her face that it just
Mhm.
it just made her settle. Like it made her go, okay, I'm not going to lose
That's
that.
all she needed to hear. That to me was the closure of the entire series. Because, like, the inciting incident of the series is her going back to her mom, can I borrow money from you? And so the closeout of, like, but you and I will still be in each other's lives. Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Hannah, do you want to do your last? Have you got another villain thing?
Who?
You.
Me?
You?
Maggie?
Yeah.
Me? I have
Hannah.
one more I can close out with. I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to close out with this, as Sam would say. The point is thus.
I like them.
So, am I the villain? I've worked for this guy, and to be honest, I've worked for this guy's family for a really long time. like most of my life. I've dedicated most of my life to this job and I'm good at it. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. Like
already know.
I make great suggestions. Like I make really good suggestions, in fact. And the guy that's now in charge, he's a Nepo baby. So his dad's gone or his parents are gone. And now he's running things. But I'm still like working with him. But I'm much older than him. I'm obviously much more experienced. So I want him to be able to like take my advice because I know how to run this place. Like I know what to do. And he doesn't listen to anything I have to say. He's a party boy. He wastes all the money that we have in our finances. He treats people abysmally. At one point in time, he had an old man thrown out the window. So I decide, okay, I'm going to kill him because it's really the only way I'm going to save this place from his tyrannical reign. And also, while I'm doing this job, I have to put up with verbal abuse at a constant. I'm constantly being called ugly, constantly, despite putting lots of effort into my appearance. I'm called ugly, old, frail. I'm made to feel like because I'm a woman of an advanced age, my value is zilch, none. So I'm like, okay, I go to my like hot assistant and I'm like, let's kill this guy. And so we accidentally turn him into a llama. Mistake.
I knew it was Isma.
Which like huge
How did
mistake.
you get it?
Well, I'll let Hannah keep going and then I'll tell you.
Huge mistake. But I'm like, okay, well, fuck. We've got to like go kill him because we can't leave him as a llama. He can talk. Like that's a problem. So I'm like, all right, we've got to get on this. We've got to go. So we're like chasing him across the kingdom. All the while, he's with this guy that he had just told he was going to knock his family home down, leaving them nowhere to live so that he could build a water park. So I'm like, I'm doing this guy a favor if I take him out. Like I'm saving his home. I'm going to like let him expand even like when I'm in charge. Like everything's going to be better because I'm going to be running things. And this guy clearly doesn't care about anybody but himself. Like it's very obvious. But alas, I accidentally get turned into a cat at the end. And yeah, big whoops. And I'm constantly, again, still berated, still looked at, and people call me the villain. Am I the villain?
Not to me, honey.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Either.
Yes. How
Did you
did
say
you guess? I did say yes, but it's only because when you said it was Yzma, I was like, wait. Because before that, I thought this was gonna be I don't remember a lot of plots of a lot of things. So I at first was like, is this the plot of Elf? But like, and then I was
Oh my God, that would be
like, it's
hilarious.
like because you said like I worked for this
That
guy
would've
for a
been
long
so good.
time. I Santa Claus, like
Nepo baby. He's such a Nepo
Nepo
baby.
baby.
And before that, I thought so. At first, I thought I had it in the first 5 seconds because I was like, "Oh, hands down, I know who this is." But it isn't until she said "out the window" that I immediately knew it was Yzma. But in the beginning, I actually thought it was Dobby. I thought you were talking about. And then I was like, I switched.
Back to Yzma. Yzma is just, I do feel like, no, is it okay to kill people? No, of course not. However, I think like for the greater good, she was like,
So she's
this guy
flawed.
is going to wreck the kingdom if I let him continue. And the only way he's not going to be emperor during this time, you can't just be like, all right, well, hopefully like he gets voted out the next election. No, he's locked in for life. His offspring are locked in for life. She's like, the only way to end this reign of tyranny is to kill him. And
Yeah.
I don't think she was wrong. I think it's great that he had growth.
Imperialism is bad.
Imperialism is bad. Thank
and
you.
that's all we
Speak
wanted
on it.
people to know.
Okay, Stace, go.
This one's going to be really short and sweet, okay? But I just thought of it. Okay, am I the villain? So, 2 army veterans, 2 returned soldiers. Only I've loved them both. One I loved first, but he wasn't rich enough, and so I left. The second one, returned soldier, very rich, got engaged, but then got cold feet and thought, let me revisit that previous soldier and just see if there's anything that's still there. Meanwhile, I'll tell my fiance that I'm just going to catch my breath. I just need like a few days away to sort some things out. He calls, he's worried, he's a lovely guy. He calls and he's worried and he's like, are you okay? Like, I want to give you your space. I just want to know that you're alive, that you're okay. And I sometimes neglect to answer that phone call. Sometimes I pick up and I'm like, no, everything's totally fine. But meanwhile, I'm fucking the other soldier and kissing him in the rain. And in the end,
Did he build you a house though?
he bought me a he built me a house, and it turns out not as poor not as poor as I once believed. So I do, in fact, decide to break off the engagement and stay with the first soldier.
You're the villain, baby.
You're not
Samantha
the
is gonna
villain.
say you're the villain.
You're just
Samantha
a girl.
is Team Lawn.
Oh,
Oh,
literally
I'm
such a
so
girl.
Team Lawn. I'm Team Lawn. I am steadfast Team Lawn, but you are not the villain.
Okay, great.
You are just a victim of circumstance.
We're talking about Allie
You're just that
Hamilton from
bitch.
The Notebook, for those wondering. Allie Hamilton, I agree, is not the villain.
She
However,
followed her heart.
Listen, however, Lon was a lovely gentleman who deserved happiness, and I am so sad on his behalf. The way he took that
Sexy,
disappointment
rich,
too, my God,
kind.
the sexiest
Because
thing I've ever
she-
seen.
It can't
Yeah.
be the villain then, because to be the villain would have been to stay with him knowing that she always would have wanted Noah more. Like that
You're
would have
so
been
team
worse.
girl.
She's a victim of
That's-
circumstance.
She is. She got
Mhm.
she wrote her every day for a year, and her mother hid the letters from her like a witch. Sorry.
I also neglected to mention that it wasn't
I-
her choice to leave.
Yeah, I am not protecting the mom on that one. I ain't touching the mom.
Yeah, that mother does not have my support.
He
No.
is not
No.
for you.
No.
That mother bringing her to the lumberyard and being like, so I was in love with that man and I chose differently. And now I'm severely depressed and disappointed and unfulfilled in my life. Don't you see why I wanted that for you? No, bitch. We don't see why it means then that you want the same thing for your daughter, you witch.
Yeah. Like what?
Are
the
you
fuck?
insane?
Also, that actor was randomly the guy from One Tree Hill. That's like a terrible person. What's his name? The one that the bad guy, the bad guy, Dan.
If Kaven was on, she would
Kaven would
she
be
would
with you.
get it.
It was
But no.
randomly Dan from One Tree Hill, the guy that was in it for 2 seconds
Oh.
from a distance. I was like, "Is that
Right.
Dan?"
I'll
from
take your
One
word
Tree
for it.
Hill? It was crazy. If I'm wrong,
Anyway, what that whole scene said to me was I'm deeply unfulfilled with the choices that I made in my life, and I would like you to be as unfulfilled with me. I don't want you to find something better if it means something different. If it means you chose differently to me because I need
misery
to be right.
loves
That's all that
company.
scene. Yeah, that's all that scene said to me.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
100%.
selfish.
Yeah,
But alas,
selfish
this has
choices.
been wonderful.
Yes.
10 out of 10. Oh, go ahead, Samantha. What did you want to say?
Well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say if she lets her daughter choose Noah, then that means that her whole life was a waste, and
She
no one
chose
wants to look at
wrong,
themselves in the mirror and go,
It
"I've
means that she has to be
wasted
right.
my one life." You know,
Mhm.
so I
Yes.
need to believe it was the right choice. But
Yes.
I get it.
I had the best time. I loved
Well
the
done.
Isla.
I can't wait to read scripts with you guys next time.
Oh my god,
Yes.
that's gonna be insane.
All right, on the next podcast, we're going to be reading a script together, round table as different characters, and we're going to throw our all into it. So make sure you tune in for that. Thank you for listening. We love you so much. Goodbye.